everybody. Welcome to PJ Live. I am joined today by Win.
Sup?
And, you might notice we actually don't have the game up yet, and there's a reason for that, which is that the game we are playing today is Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, courtesy of, chat member Murdredek, friend of the channel. And
For
this...
now?
For now. This is an older game, and this was kind of before start menus were a standard thing. So you open the game and it just kind of goes right into it. So I wanted to capture the whole startup sequence. Hopefully it's not too loud. I did turn it down before when I tested it out, and it looked like it was capturing okay. Who designed the PJ Live graphic? That is the work of Trey, aka Trevor Whatever. He did both the banner for this show and the Shapes and Forms banner. Alright, let's get into things here. I do want to say real quick, if you, I realize the chance is small, but if you are a small child watching the VOD, go watch something else. This is a very adult playthrough of a child's adventure game from like 1992.
I swear a lot.
Yes, me too. Tax evasion.
Hi, I'm Putt Putt. I'm
Heck
so
yeah.
excited. Mr. Firebird invited Pep and me to the
Freak yeah.
fireworks factory. I bet this is going to be a great day.
No picture. No, I'm aware. Sorry, hold on. I probably should have turned the capture on so we could get the startup sequence, but you didn't miss anything. I'm also actually going to turn this down a little bit more, because I'm having a hard time hearing Win. There we go. That's about good, I think. There we go. That should show up in a second. We did hear it. That's good. There we go. Okay. So, this is pretty much just an old school point-and-click adventure game. Thankfully, because it was designed for, small kids, it's, got a pretty simple interface as opposed to some arcane text nonsense. But we'll see if I am able to figure this out or if I get bested by, a game for, basically like kindergartners.
I believe in your ability to make this work.
Lots of stuff to interact with. Kitty! Did I turn on screen share for you, Win?
Yeah, you turned on screen share, but
Okay.
I don't see.
Oh, you don't
much of
see
anything.
you don't see anything?
Well, no, I see OBS and the volume mixer.
That's really weird. Because I have the game up. That's really strange. Okay, let me see. I don't really think I can force this to run in windowed mode, unfortunately.
Oh wait, now. Oh.
Yeah, you're
I-
seeing the capture screen. That's really weird. Start over so we can see the whole intro. No. I mean, I could, but then that's like another 5 minutes we gotta sit here. Yeah, I think you're gonna unfortunately have to like watch the stream and mute it, although you'll be on a bit of a delay. But that's really annoying. I wonder why it's not showing up for you. Because it's showing up on the stream and it's showing up fine for me.
It's probably because it's the DOS version
Yeah.
of the game.
God, like, I'm familiar more with, like, the Windows 98 Putt-Putt games, and this old sprite from the DOS release is pretty frightening. It should be straightforward with you. Yeah, let's go to the fireworks factory.
That sounds perfectly safe.
Yeah, The fireworks factory, where they make the fireworks. Don't stop for Poochie. This might be the one where you have to monitor fuel. God, I hope not.
It says fireworks factory.
Thank you, Putt Putt.
If you're a living car and you run out of fuel, do you die?
I think you just stop being able to move, which honestly, like... What the hell? That's terrifying.
I don't even know what's terrifying yet. Oh, that's terrifying.
That's terrifying. Putt Putt is better than the Cars franchise. Yes, I agree. I actually played, probably of all of the Putt Putt games, I actually probably played the weird, like, spin-off that was a Breakout clone the most.
Hi, Mr. Firebird.
Welcome, Putt Putt. Would you like to help me make a skyrocket?
You bet.
I'll give you a hand, but be careful not to touch that lever. It's for my big secret experiment.
Wow.
Why doesn't that car have
Just show me
teeth?
what you want to
But
do.
Putt Putt has teeth.
I don't know. Alright, what are we doing here?
Being afraid.
Other than that,
Bright stars.
You have to make fireworks?
Oh, the squiggly worms are my favorite.
I think we just have to, like, put the various firework ingredients in the, in the bowl.
Those hearts are sure pretty.
No, I want it to go through, is the thing. No, stop putting hearts in the bowl! I want it to go through the thing.
It says yes.
Thank you for that. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay. Do we now have to touch the thing that says do not touch on it?
Don't do that.
Well, that was pretty great. Did I miss something? Are we supposed to, like, be putting these together in a specific order? I like that they had Putt Putt read it for kids who can't read yet. I guess that is why he's doing it, but... maybe because I accidentally put in more than one of the heart thing, it decided that it was wrong, so I gotta do it again. Teaching kids the very important lesson of if you do not do arbitrary tasks in exactly the right way, you have to do them again.
Yeah, that sounds like life, really.
Yeah. You'll be working here in 20 years, kids. Pay close attention.
Just
Oh,
show
good.
me what you want to do.
You know, like, I would like to, like, leave, is the thing. Go to the window? Okay.
What a pretty butterfly.
Oh, I think I, like, very vaguely remember how this goes. And then then the lever falls, yeah, okay.
Oh no!
What's happening?
Buckle your seatbelt, Putt Putt. You're going.
How did that even happen? Come on.
Wow. Pep, we're in outer space.
What the fuck is that? It's like a cat caterpillar.
Cat. Bill.
Mr. Firebird was smiling when he said that this was a planned accident. Pet, we're in outer space. Sorry to whoever told me to click on the cat. By the time I saw that, it already passed by. Although there's another one. A UFO. Huh. He's scoping.
I was messing with my audio settings, and I turned back, and you were in space.
Yep.
Okay.
From what I remember, and I mean, I haven't played any of these games since I was very young, but, from what I remember...
Hello, space traveler.
Hello, space
Hello,
traveler.
Space traveler. Hello, space traveler. Hello, space traveler. Hello, space traveler. Hello, space traveler.
That dude is fucked up.
Yes. But from what I remember, the putt games are just kind of all like that.
Yes, moon. 400,000 kilometers away. Pretty close.
It looks like that's where I'm headed.
Actually, Win, now I'm going to turn you up, because now you sound kind of quiet. If I can get the volume mixer to cooperate, that is. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's... Even on my side, it's showing my volume is kind of low, but I can't figure out a way to turn up my gain, so...
It's okay, I turned you up in the mixer, you should be fine. I wonder if they removed the Pluto sign in the HD remaster. Huh. I don't know. Maybe they did. You can hear Win fine. It's more that I can't hear them that well.
We're going in for a moon landing.
Odd.
My parents probably wouldn't like it if I just yelled the whole time.
Now I can hear you good. So hopefully...
Yeah, I don't know. It's
The
all
moon-
very
The
strange.
moon sure is far away.
I've tried changing around
Oh
some
my
settings,
goodness,
but
I'm on the moon. How will I ever get home?
I mean, honestly, you don't sound very concerned about it. But, yeah. Sorry, that was me talking to the car, not me talking to you. No, but, you should be fine now. Oh, you can keep spawning birds! Guys, guys, look at the birds.
that's a lot of space birds.
Click the earth, okay. Well, it's pretty good. Alright, let's see what we're up to here.
Do you know the way back to
I wonder
Earth?
how many people just die every time you click on the
We're
earth
from
there.
Kansas.
Maybe you could launch off that rock. That's a good idea.
Launch off the rock. Anybody got an over-under on how long this game is? Because I honestly have no idea.
I guess I can't get home that way.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I don't.
What's up?
Yeah, I do not know at all.
About an hour. Okay. What the hell was that?
Weird.
Putt used the drift.
Putt Putt Tokyo Drift.
Putt 2, Too Fast, Too Furious. This one you can just spawn an infinite number of balls, which I'm definitely not going to make an immature joke about. Let's go back here. Huh. I didn't mean to make him... her, them, it? I don't actually know. Oh dear.
Car. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm stuck here. It says caution. Maybe I should call for help.
What is that green liquid?
I don't know, but we're stuck in it. R.I.P. Putt.
News flash! In an
unfortunate accident today. Putt-Putt was
R.I.P.P.
blasted out of the roof of the Cartown
P.
Fireworks Factory. It is suspected that he is somewhere in outer space.
What a great voiceover.
Maybe I should call for help.
Wish I could hear it.
Stuck here.
How do you call for help? I don't have a car phone.
Wouldn't that be any phone Putt-Putt uses?
I guess so. Now that you mention it. Oh, do I have to honk my horn? Okay, yeah. Alright.
What's wrong, little buddy?
Can you get me out of this mess?
Sure, I'll help you out.
You should get Putt-Putt out of the sludge. Yes, thank you for that.
Thanks.
Good advice.
Anyway, we're now friends with one of the lunar rovers, so that's pretty good. Are there lunar rovers? Yeah, the
Yes.
astronauts took one
Well,
up with them.
Yeah.
Who are you?
The name's Rover, and I got quite a
Moon
story
buggy.
to tell. I was brought here from Earth by some astronauts, but when they went home, I was left behind.
That's too bad.
All they left me was this
He's
picture of
thinking
the moon.
about...
You can have it if you like. I just
Space.
want to go home.
Thanks,
Wait, the
Rover.
astronauts left him behind.
The astronauts left him behind.
I wish
That's so
I could
sad.
It's
go
depressing
there.
as hell. What the
Listen,
fuck?
kid, you just might be. Now follow me. I've got an idea.
Bring him home.
It's just the fucking rover,
Wow.
Curiosity
Take a look
Rover
at
comic
this
from XKCD. Rocket ice cream.
Just like a space rocket.
It is a space rocket, and it just might be our ticket home.
I wonder if it's for sale.
It sure is.
How much is it?
10 glowing moon crystals. But the rocket's missing a few parts. Take our blue flag. It will show you what you need.
Thanks.
Yeah, aliens exist.
Yep.
Just how it is.
It's the plan for the rocket. It looks like
Okay.
I need to find the steering wheel, the nose cone, the key, the rocket fuel, and 10 glowing moon crystals.
I
so
feel-
can launch the rocket ship.
I feel like this is not how rockets are
I'll
built,
go
but
look for the missing parts.
Bye.
so we have to get some stuff to put the rocket
I
back
played-
together.
I've played Kerbal Space Program. This is 100% accurate.
We could just be an absolute douche and make their ice cream fly away.
Seems like they have endless supplies, so...
Yeah, no, but we're definitely inconveniencing them. Also, we hit that bird in the face.
Scram!
You scram. That alien was rude to me.
Okay, but you're being rude too, so...
Yeah, but I wasn't rude to him. The bird looks like the Instant Martian from Looney Tunes. Yeah, it does. It's just pink instead of green.
It's a picture of the moon.
Alright, gotta get some stuff. The seatbelt was Velcro? What? Was it? Definitely let's go to Moon City Gas. Probably where you get the fuel, if I had to reckon. Okay.
Oh, it's a note. It says, if you need rocket fuel, you can find me at the Moon Bubble Apartments. The 4th floor, Apartment D. Yours truly, Robbie Radar.
Okay.
It looks like Putt-Putt is talking extremely fast.
Yeah, it kind of does. I guess that's not rocket fuel? I mean, I don't know what rocket fuel looks like, but rocket fuel could look like that. Can we not go in?
It says Moon City Gas. It says rocket fuel.
You need to go find Robbie Radar at the Moon Bubble Apartments. Yes, I got that part, but thank you. This game is very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from something that stars a talking purple car, but also, like, I don't think it really realized as a kid how weird this thing is. Click the orange dude again. I'm sorry, I'm already away from the screen. You have to realize, but by the time you guys see what I'm doing, it's already been like a minute or so on my end.
It says Moon City Hall. Look at those keys. I need a key to start the rocket ship.
Who's this dude?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Governor Moonbeam. And who do we have here?
I'm Putt-Putt. I'm visiting from the planet Earth and I'm
What?
trying to get home.
Anything
Yeah.
I can help you with?
How come you have so many keys hanging over there?
I
give
really
them
don't
out
like
to
the
good
way his
deed
mouth
doers.
moves.
Oh, I like doing good deeds.
Stop back
In
anytime.
fact, I don't like much
Thanks
about
a lot.
anything about this man.
He gives out keys as rewards for good deeds. That's not weird at all. Governor Moonbeam? What is the joke? I don't get it. Huh.
If you do good things for me, I will give you the keys to my sex dungeon.
I don't want to think about what kind of kinky shit that guy gets up to. The joke is that Governor Moonbeam is a nickname for Jerry Brown, a governor of California. You're right, that is obtuse. My government nickname is Senator Howell Tankerbell.
God, I thought that said Commie Dust Diner.
Oh shit, is this a mini game? It is a mini game, I think. Can I, yeah, okay.
Bear storming.
Yeah, alright. It's like you gotta dodge the balloons, I think.
This game doesn't seem very space-like.
Yeah, I kinda don't know what's up with this, honestly. You know, it kinda reminds me of Flappy Bird. You can press escape to get out of it when you're done. That's good to know.
Oh, apparently you're supposed to shoot the balloons.
You can't shoot the balloons or... Oh. Press space to continue. Oops.
Oh.
That's the pause button. I don't think you can shoot the balloons.
Maybe they're trying to trick you into losing. I don't know.
Use your space gun. I don't think I have a space gun. I think CC's being a goofball. This is fun. Do we get something for winning? I'm using Scum VM. Actually, Murder Deck bought this for me on Steam, and it, like, their release just uses Scum VM. Which is pretty odd, but whatever.
What?
Yeah. I don't think I'm actually supposed to hit the balloons, but I guess I'll... Oh. Huh.
Did you know Nintendo once rejected a Sierra game because they didn't like that the credit said NES Scum?
That seems like something that Nintendo would do.
Oh, it was a LucasArts game. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired of this game too, but I don't know if I need to do this to, like, progress, or if it's just an optional thing.
I do not like those cows.
They're, yeah.
Oh, okay, apparently you don't need to do this.
Oh, okay. Colossal waste of time, you know.
It says the Cosmic Dust Diner.
How small is Putt Putt that he can fit into this diner with no problem?
Maybe the aliens are just really large.
You must be new in town.
Maybe.
My name's Putt Putt. I'm from Cartown, on the planet Earth.
Well, welcome to Moon City. So, Putt Putt, would you like a soda pop?
Yes, please.
Enjoy.
That's not the kind of glass you usually serve soda in, lady.
How the fuck is there a seat that fits him perfectly?
I don't know.
Yummy.
I wanted to hang out at this diner as a kid. Honestly, the place doesn't look, you know, particularly great. But I guess as a child, you just see a lot of bright colors and you're like, ooh, I want to go there. I probably did too, I just don't remember very well.
Yum. Mixed nuts and bolts.
Mixed
My favorite
nuts and bolts. That's hilarious. It is on the moon, that's true. So, like...
Soda pop, please.
Are there puzzles that we have to do
Enjoy.
at some point? Or is it just kind of all this? I don't really remember.
I mean, it has to be puzzles that
Wow.
children are capable of, right?
It's true.
So,
The chair fits Putt Putt since their only other customer is probably Rover. That makes sense.
yeah, maybe. Maybe he goes there a lot.
A regular, yeah. I only just realized that the title of this game is Bear Stormin'.
Yeah, it's like barnstorming, but you're a bear. Alcoholic Moon Rover.
It
I
says rocket ice cream.
have already been here. I didn't mean to come back here.
Okay, but waste their ice cream some more.
Rover must drink his sorrows away. You can go north
Drink
or
some
south.
more sody pop.
Anonymous, I'm sorry I don't see everything that you guys are posting, but chat is like markedly more active than usual. Who knew that all I needed to do to get more people was to play a really old children's adventure game?
Yeah, and I'm watching the chat. So.
No, I didn't mean to leave. Although, okay, there we go.
Oh my! You've fallen
Is that
in
a
the
fucked up
moon.
Elmo?
I think so.
You? Now hold on.
Also, can we talk about these weird retractable, like,
Thank you very much. Oh, you're welcome.
metal ropes that all the cars have?
I like doing good deeds.
Well, see you.
Wait, you don't have one of those?
No, I don't. Also, we just did what was referred to as a good deed, so I think we can go get the key now.
Yeah, let's go to the sex dungeon.
I don't want to go to the sex dungeon, but I do need the key to use the rocket. Because that's how rocket ships work.
Look
Wait,
at
you're
those
gonna build the
keys.
rocket,
I
but you
a
need the key
to start the
from
rocket
someone
ship.
else?
Yeah, you know.
What?
That's how these things go.
Well, hello. Anything I can help you with today?
I saved the alien from the moon goo.
The moon.
Yeah, this
Dude.
game
Good deed,
is
Putt-Putt.
extremely
Here, You may
90s.
choose a key.
May choose a key. Let's see which key we need.
I wonder which one I should choose.
Mir, getting crunk on moon rocks.
Getting crack on moon rocks. Actually, none of these look like the right one. Let me look at the blueprints again. Oh no, it's the one with the star top. Okay. This one.
I guess I'll take this one.
Ziggy Starkey.
You need the star key. Yeah, sorry. Hey.
Starkey and Hutch.
How many puns can we make out of the phrase star key? Alright, now we've got the key, and we need everything else. So, step one. Let's head this way again. Ringo Starkey. Is that his real name? That's even weirder than Ringo Starr.
Patrick Starkey. Apparently you have to go south from that main area.
Oh, darn it. It's Richard Starkey. Okay. Can I even go south here? It doesn't look like I can. Oh, I guess I can do like click down here. Okay. Let's see here. Ah, the moon apartments. Okay. Let's read this
It
again.
says, if you need rocket fuel, you can find me at the Moon Bubble Apartments. The 4th floor, Apartment D.
Okay,
Yours
4D.
truly, Robbie Radar.
So, this one in the corner here.
His eyebrows really need to chill.
Yeah, they do.
Hello, may I help you?
Oh my
I'm looking
god.
for Robbie Radar and some rocket fuel.
I see. Sorry to say it, but he just
Princess
left.
Avenue.
Do you
It
know
only
where I can
just
find
dawned
him?
on me how this is really not
He
that
went to
educational.
the first floor, apartment D. Here, take these directions.
Okay, so we went to the 1st floor, apartment D. My guess is that we now need to find, like, we need to go on, like, a goose hunt, basically. Until we eventually find him. Yeah, I mean, it really isn't that educational.
Who are you? I'm Putt-Putt. I'm looking for Robbie Radar. Oh, he just left. Do you know where I could find him? I certainly do. He went to the
Oh, hey, look.
floor,
We found the princess.
apartment A. Here's the directions.
The 2nd floor, apartment A. Check all the other apartments on this level, they all have stuff. I assume that you mean the top floor.
Yeah, I think that's when they said that.
Dog! Cat.
You know, I hope that dog you have can breathe in space.
He seems to be doing fine down there.
Well, I guess there's all these other animals.
Yeah.
People, too, so...
Clearly this version of the moon has an atmosphere.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He looks like a mean dog? No,
This is
the dog in apartment C is a good boy.
obviously thousands of years into the future.
It would
After all of humanity has gone extinct.
explain a few things, certainly.
This was the 90s. You could breathe in the air on the moon back then.
This takes place in the same continuity as Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Nice.
This is just the other side of the moon.
That man is dead. Anyway, I think we
Yeah.
have to go to 2A now.
Okay, now if you go to the apartment under that, will you see him
We
falling
should
into that
should
apartment?
try that at some point.
Hello,
I'm Robbie Radar. Can I
There's
help you?
Robbie Radar.
Hi, I'm Putt Putt. I need some rocket fuel for the spaceship, so I could get back
This
to
is
Earth.
all George W.
I
Bush's
just
fault.
happen to have
That you can't
some.
breathe on the moon.
You're welcome to it if you'd like some.
I sure would.
He took
Mr.
all the
Radar.
air.
It's back at the
Damn him.
station. I'll meet you there.
Okay, so now we have to go back to the fuel place. Oh, it took us there automatically.
Hi, Robbie.
Hi again, Putt-Putt. Here's your rocket fuel.
This
Yes.
is great. Now I have my
Why
rocket
does
fuel.
Robbie Radar sound like Nixon?
Any old
I don't know. Why does he sound like Nixon? This is he actually is Nixon. That's where Richard Nixon fled after the Watergate scandal broke. He now lives in exile on the moon. Why does he just pull out a jerry can? What's the dispenser for? These are all good questions that I don't think we will have answers to at any point. It's for dispensing the note.
This man dispenses the notes. Compared to
To
him,
you are nothing.
you are nothing.
Somebody make that, please. Alright, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Oh, I have to entertain chat all on my own.
What's up, Cloud?
So, chat, how's everybody doing tonight? Woo. I'm gay too. What a coincidence. Did that bus taste good? But then how did you eat it if it's not edible? You liar. I'm gonna have to ban you for lying, Octazine. I guess there was a man who, like, ate an airplane, so...
Alright. Sometimes big, large pencil erasers show up at my door and try to erase me. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure where that came from either. I think
Oh,
it's because
oh,
he said
yeah,
Google
okay.
said they were bi, and
I get it.
sometimes big
I
large
get it.
pencil erasers show.
Because that made me think of that one Looney Tunes bit, like... Anyway, let's talk to these two fine gentlemen. Oh shit. He sunk it. Did he just do the fucking hip thrusting thing?
If this game was made now, he would have dabbed.
Aww. Do we get something if we sink one? No. I want you to keep... You're going to get a basket, and you're gonna like it. Moon School. I don't know why I find that so funny. Moon School. Hey, Wayne, you want to go to Moon School?
Yeah, let's do it.
Learn about moon things?
Hashtag just moon things.
Hire moon truant officers. Alright, what's this all about?
Excuse me.
No,
Welcome
Moon
to
School is
Buzzing
good.
Glove
Moon School doesn't need
Do-It-Yourself
truant
Beauty Shop.
officers.
Want a new look?
No thanks. But that's a great machine. Can I watch?
You can do better than that, honey. You can give us a hand. I'm sure our customers would love it.
I wonder how moon dicks taste. I'm not sure they taste much different.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. It's without an essay. Just.
Okay. Alright, so we have to make them look a specific way. Like...
What?
What?
Are you creating an alien now?
Oh my god!
This is quite a look.
You can't just play God, Putt Putt! Ah!
Yes. Is this how babies are made? Hello, Lexinator.
Very unusual.
You said very unusual.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Ah, yes, Squid Snowman.
Oh dear. Rest in peace, Moltar.
Excuse me.
Hi, cutie. If you want to help out on the machine over there, then be my guest.
Thanks.
He sounded like Moltar. It might have been Clay Martin Croker. I don't know if he did video game stuff. Honestly, you probably know more about that than I do. I wonder if that lift is leading straight to a crematory. Really makes you do a rumination.
Big ol' thunk.
Yo, what's with the, like, Fievel Goes to Space family? Somehow...
They're in a Jetsons car.
Yeah, somehow, that's the weirdest thing but so far about this. I hate this tree.
Yeah, I don't like that tree.
They were hoping the moon was made of cheese. Was never a voice dude by trade, he was mostly an animator. He did Zorak and Moltar because of budget and convenience. Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Would you like to play alien tag?
Sure.
You bet. Try and get us.
Alien tag, huh? Uh-huh.
This seems more like whack-a-mole than it does
Yeah.
tag.
Also, I'm not really following
I
the
guess it is
scoring
it-
system here.
It is alien tag, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I won.
Game over. You won. All 5. Glowing moon crystals.
Oh, that's how we get the moon crystals. Okay.
2.
Oh, I love moon crystals.
It's in base 3.
4.
Actual question here, isn't moon crystal slang for, like, crack?
Probably.
Or is that moon rocks? You need 10, so you need to play twice. Okay.
Want to play alien tag again?
Yes.
Try and get it.
I was more making a joke about New Age
What?
stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
moon crystals.
Did you know that
They'll protect me.
you could just, like, buy that kind of stuff on Amazon, and it's usually, like, thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Just search, like, power crystal sometime if you want a real laugh.
Game over.
The ancient aliens guy thinks this game is real.
Oh, I've got to mute for a minute because I need to take my meds.
Okay. Putt getting turned as fuck. Putt is getting moon crunk.
5. Enjoy your glowing moon crystals. Bye-bye.
Oh, I will, sir. I will enjoy my
I have
glowing moon
enough glowing
crystals.
moon crystals to buy the rocket ship.
I love Putt and Nickelodeon. That's fair. Alright, so we got the key, we got the fuel, we got the money. What do we need now? The cone. And the steering wheel. Alright, what's this all about?
Thank you. You're welcome, little box.
If you think about it, you can buy things with crystals. And Putt just gambled on alien tag. Well, no, it was more of... I don't think it counts as gambling if only one person is putting money up. It has to be... Like, both people have to be able to lose financially, right?
Try playing that back. The gate is opening!
Okay. It's Simon Says.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Oops, I better
that's
try again.
We're playing Simon Says to break into a rich person's house.
Ah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's like that sometimes.
I usually use lockpicks and crowbars, but... you know.
Great! Now I can go through the gate.
The 1980s Simon toy was created by Ralph Baer, the inventor of the video game console.
My name's Putt-Putt.
Huh.
I'm
Hey,
from
it's
Arkham,
the
on the planet Earth.
guy that looks kind of like
Hello,
Mac
little
tonight.
one. I am the man in the moon.
I'm looking for something for the rocket ship.
I
He's
know
not
what it's
racist.
like to be looking for something.
No.
I wanted a picture of
That was a
myself
really
for
weird thing to be co-opted by
10,000 years.
racists.
It's weird that
That's the
people
note
still
for the
remember
rocket.
that, because that was like a
I
2005 thing.
suppose I could give it to you and trade for something else.
Like what, buddy?
I'm looking for something
It's
for
him,
rocket
the ancient
ship.
astronaut
I know
theorist.
what it's like to be looking for something. I've wanted a picture of myself for 10,000
Oh,
years.
we gave him the pig. We've given the picture. Okay.
Look, Mr. Man in the Moon. I have a picture.
Oh, it's a picture of me. I look just as I had imagined. Thank
I never realized the man on the
Take
moon
note,
was actually
little
just
one. It's yours.
Thanks.
a moon-shaped man
Yeah.
that lived on the moon.
Thank you.
Alright, now I think we just need the steering wheel and then we're good?
He has fucking telekinesis?
No, it was magic. It just didn't you see him use his walking stick as a wand? What a narcissist. Why is the man in the moon literally a moon? Because this game is for children. We're already almost done. This game is long as fuck. Merge said it was only like an hour long.
Hey, diddle, diddle, no cat and no fiddle.
The cow jumped over
Jane's
the
good at video games and also
And the little dog.
chat.
Yes.
And the dish.
That's why we call her
What?
Video Jane. Also, yeah, that was just like the entirety of Hey Diddle Diddle visualized for us on screen. Not sure what's up with that.
Well, you know why we're doing so well? because I'm helping you win.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
We have fun here.
No, we don't.
I do. I don't know
I
about
do.
you. Alright. Let's go this way. Why does this sprite get so dithered when it moves to the back of that area?
Oh,
Steering wheel, that's what. But I
Gish
can't
ran
reach
away
it.
with this.
Hey, maybe we could work together. If you hold
Wait,
me
we're
up,
being
maybe
filmed
I
by a
can
live
get it.
studio audience?
Good thinking, kid.
Oh god.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, up you go.
Hold me steady.
What is happening here?
I can't quite reach it.
I'm not sure.
I still can't reach it.
What? What? Do we have Pep get it? Is that what we do here? Well, they bothered to animate it, so yeah. Okay, there we go. I think we're done now. Like, I think we can just leave.
Okay, the dog turned humanoid for a second, and I did not like it.
I'm gonna go pack my things.
Bye.
Okay, well, yeah, like, I think we're good now, basically. Let's go in here, though, first.
Oh yeah, the key in the inventory looks nothing like the actual key.
Yeah, that's
Picked
true.
up. Go west, young car.
Here's the wheel.
I don't like how his eye sticks out like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't like that either. Leave the doggo alone. He's a good boy.
Well, what do we have here?
Look at these colorful pop rocks. This game has an obsession with letting you spawn infinite amounts of things from craters. My god, it's beautiful.
Oh, apparently you can click on the planets, but...
Well, yeah. Alright, let's go back to wherever the thing was. I want to go back to 1998. I don't. I have no desire to be 4 years old again.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I'm ready to go when you are, Putt-Putt.
It shouldn't be long now. It looks like I have everything I need. I have enough glowing moon crystals to buy the rocket ship.
Thanks.
Why am I
It
making
looks
your
like I
cat
have
sad?
everything I need. Goodbye.
Do they get to keep the ice cream?
Gizmir wanted to see the constellation their cat is named after.
Wow. I guess I bought myself a rocket ship. It looks like I have everything I
Wait,
need.
Okay.
did we just steal their house?
No, we
to
bought
turn
it.
into a rocket?
We bought it.
Oh,
That's what the crystals were
capitalism.
for. Yeah, that's what the
Okay.
crystals were for. They're money and also possibly drugs.
I mean, those are basically one and the same, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they took the ice cream dispenser with them, which I, you know, if I had known that they were gonna take that with them, I probably would have tried to lowball them a little bit, but that's okay.
Hooray!
This rocket is way bigger on the inside.
Yeah, this is like some TARDIS stuff going on here. I don't quite know why that's like that, but you know. They're gonna go get Crunk with Governor Moonbeam.
Maybe I should use the key.
Why return to Earth when we could, like, go to other planets?
Yeah, that's kind of what I would be doing in this situation. If all of the planets are like this one, but you know. Maybe Putt-Putt is just a very, simple domestic car and likes being at home.
Swoosh. Man, the moon rover is gonna be really confused when it gets back to Earth and there's no humans.
Yeah. Is that Wheelie from the Transformers? Bringing up the rear there?
You're back. We were worried about you, little fella.
I hope you're all right.
Oh, I'm just fine. I had quite a day. And the best part was, I brought home a new friend.
Wait, there's a
Nick
patch
Rover.
on there for the damage. How did they do that well in flight? Did
Ah!
I'm about to find out what you were screaming about.
Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, well that was,
Stop. Stop. Slam the stop button. Stop.
that,
Stop.
Bye.
Stop.
that was... Oh, goodness gracious. That was Putt Putt Goes to the Moon. Thank you again, Mur, for buying that. I kind of expected that to take longer. I didn't let the credits roll. I mean, yeah, but you can just, like, look up who made that if you're curious. Well, if we wanted to, like, completely change tone, I have a game downloaded called All Our Asias. It is a, freeware...
Can you bring...
Pardon? No, when? They took them. Oh, is, like, Discord being fucky? It looks like it is. Volume mixer, not responding. This computer sometimes, I tell you what.
Possibly.
What? Hello?
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 Hello.
Yeah, you, like, vanished for a little while. My computer's being dumb again. That's alright.
Yippee.
Anyway, what I was going to suggest is, well, there's a couple things we could do. We could just, like, do GeoGuessr, which we do often to round out shows. Or, I have this game called All Our Ages. It's a freeware title from one of the guys behind Anodyne. The only reason I am, somewhat reluctant to do that is because my understanding is that it's kind of like a heavy game in terms of subject matter, and I don't know that, putt right into that is really a good...
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for that whiplash.
Yeah, maybe we will... You guys want to do GeoGuessr? Oh. Vivaldi's not responding. Seriously, this computer... Sometimes, I tell you what. How you guys feel about GeoGuessr? Oh, that's my PayPal page. I should not open that up while I have Mystery running. I also think that Win might have disappeared entirely. GeoGuessr is fun. GeoGuessr is for syndicalists. Okay. I hope you guys can still hear me, by the way. Like, OBS seems to be one of the few things that's not fucking up right now. Putt Putt discovers the deep existential crisis of being a soul trapped in a car. Alright, I'm going to, use the restroom real quick. You disappeared from the call. Yeah, I think Discord is, like, being a jerk right now. So I'm gonna close that and then restart it. And then, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, and then when I come back, we'll get into GeoGuessr. Alright? And then I will call Win again. And Trey, since I see you're in the chat, if you want to come into on GeoGuessr as well, provided you're in a state to do so and you're up for it, you certainly can. I'll be right back. Pancake feet? just hit me. Oh, this doesn't look good. The exception unknown software exception occurred in application at location 751C0192. That's an error courtesy of Discord, folks. I have no idea what that could possibly mean. Although my computer seems to be okay now. I looked up acronyms for nerd, and Network Emergency Repair Diva is my favorite. That is pretty good. Let me see if I can get Discord and Vivaldi working. And we will hop into a game of GeoGuessr. If I can... Can. Vivaldi's working. Discord really does not seem to want to open. There we go. Now I'm getting startup screen. Constructing additional pylons. Installing update 1 of 1. Welcome to Technical Problems with Planet Jane. Do you guys think that if the moon was made of cheese, we would have, like, harvested most of it by now? Or do you think there would still be a good amount left? Reply in the chat. Depends on the kind of cheese. That's true. I usually hear Swiss as the kind of cheese that it would be made out of. So you can use Swiss for this question as well. Was there some secret episode I missed?
Hello.
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 And Trey is here now too. Hello.
It's a
Hello.
party.
Oh, and also Shredney apparently. Hello.
Yeah, I was confused because there were like as soon as I came in here there was a like just to pop in just for briefly before I went to sleep. There was a multi-person voice chat thing happening. And I was like, that normally does not happen this evening. Usually it's just, you know, CC and Jane. And it's like, oh, I was curious.
Yeah, CC is at work.
So I offered to co-host.
Well, throw up the video thing so I can see what's going on.
And then Discord broke for Jane.
Yeah, it installed a new update and it likes to just die on me.
I had to go an entire hour without watching it screen shared because we were playing a DOS game.
That makes sense.
You guys missed Putt-Putt.
It was an experience.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Putt-Putt is adorable and I love him.
He's
a
good.
Boy.
He's good. Alright, let's do...
Let's see.
Oh, sorry, I already clicked on the United States.
I don't know which of the adventure games from Humongous I would consider to be my favorite, though. It'd have to be between Pajama Sam and Freddy Fish.
I don't think I ever played any of those. I think I, like, only played Putt-Putt for whatever reason. I think I might have had one of those, like, compilation discs.
What's the one with the fox?
That's Spy Fox.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think I played that.
I played a few of those. They were fun. I enjoyed puzzle games. I'm one of those people who enjoys puzzle games.
I've never been that huge into adventure games, especially since half of adventure game puzzles are absolute fucking nonsense.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad they've come into a bit of a resurgence recently as like just story-based sort of things rather than
like pure exploration games.
But, like,
which
I can't handle Sierra games, but I'm okay with LucasArts stuff.
But yeah, and also like I mean, obviously, Riven and Myst were big deals when I was a kid, and very influential on the way I look at games, especially Riven. I played that a lot.
But I like adventure stuff, like just exploring. I find fun.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like
I'm into stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, like the thing about like Riven is that on the one hand there are puzzles and things, but they're not like completely ridiculous to figure out. And also the whole point is that you're observing a story through these weird tricks and traps, and it makes sense why they're there. Same thing with Myst. Is like there are logical reasons why these things are there that tell a story.
But I am happy that now we have games that are just straight up, let's explore.
Yeah, Dear Esther was kind of a big deal.
Like, I don't particularly like Dear Esther itself, but the kind of stuff it spawned.
Yeah, I understand.
Like,
I enjoyed Dear Esther.
I watched Cam and Alex of Talking Simulator play Dear Esther, and that was a really nice experience.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I love Talking Sim.
Yeah, Talking Sim is a great little show.
Is this a Shapes and Forms stream now? I guess so.
Apparently.
I guess so. Yeah.
Cam and Alex are like my two favorite people.
Although, Shredney, I know
good.
you mentioned that you were like about to go to bed, so don't let us stop you if you're like trying to get some sleep.
No, I mean, I'm just checking in because, it's fun. Okay. It's there. I'm a simple man. I see a voice chat with GeoGuessr. I enter the voice chat with GeoGuessr.
Hey y'all, I saw the Doom Patrol comics at my library today.
I saw.
Oh shit! Which issue was it?
They looked pretty interesting. It was the Morrison run, the original Morrison.
Okay.
It was the one with where Mr. Nobody runs for president.
Yeah, there was that one, and then another volume that I didn't want to take a picture of because the cover was pretty risque.
Oh,
but,
it's because it had Rhea on it, and Rhea has she has no face, she doesn't wear clothes, and she has giant eyes on weird parts of her body.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember
and
that part.
She's a giant magic magnet who is a person.
So, I saw the like omnibus editions of it that were the second and third volumes, but it didn't look like they had the first.
Ooh.
So
yeah, like there's actually like a full, like complete omnibus of all the volumes of Morrison's run out there. Like I used to have the individual trades for the first two. And I think
they were pretty big. Like
yeah, like
chunky.
The full run is like a phone book.
Goodness.
I used to have an omnibus of every Calvin and Hobbes strip, and it was like this
great.
massive,
I want
like fucking encyclopedia thing, and it was like it had like a leather binding and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, my stepdad took it with him when he moved out, and I believe he has since sold it, which is...
Your stepdad is a dick.
Yes, he is.
Also, I have that, for the Far Side, and I really wanted one of Calvin and Hobbes as well. At some point, I shall acquire one.
I had one for the Far Side, but it wasn't, like, all of them. It was just, like, a chunk of them.
I literally have, like, I have a bunch of collections of Calvin and Hobbes, a bunch of collections of the Far Side, but I actually do have the complete Far Side omnibus downstairs somewhere. And
you know,
should
I
probably
kind of
take it out sometime.
wonder to what degree the Far Side influenced, like, this generation's sense of humor. Because it's very, you know, weird.
It is very, like, if it weren't for the fact that Gary Larson is, like, you know, politely but insistently against people posting his stuff online, I think that the Far Side would be, like, high-grade meme material.
Yeah.
Meme material, you could say.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Somebody
Anatomophobia.
would be...
The
like,
fear
I
that
think
somewhere, somehow, a duck is
Cow
watching you.
Tools would be almost certainly a meme.
Cow Tools is, like, foundational. For things that are memes now.
Yeah, it's like, it is the origin
Noted,
of a lot of
Alex.
Dada meme humor. Like, that one strip, because of the fact that it takes, like, a really simple premise that is really... but because of the execution and the way that it's, like, decontextualized, is so deeply strange that it goes around, it stops being funny, becomes kind of unnerving, and then becomes funny again.
My question then is, which of the cow tools is your favorite?
I don't remember all of them. I'd have to go look.
I like the one that's just like a weird half sphere on a stick.
I remember that one, yeah.
I feel like an idiot for forgetting this, but what's the name of the comic with the dog?
Marmaduke?
Marmaduke?
It's used in memes a lot. It's one of the characters is named what? Like roast beef?
Oh, Akewood.
Yeah, Akewood. Akewood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Akewood
the one
is-
that Yaren likes a lot, right?
Yeah, Akewood is more of a... like, it primarily is a webcomic, although I think it was published in some weird place at one point. But it is, like...
My high school newspaper ran XKCD strips, which is really weird.
That's
Oh my
kind of
God.
great.
Kind of like...
Honestly, like, you know, I don't know.
I used to be the editor-in-chief of my school paper.
Huh.
That's cool.
I once, I submitted a review of On Avery Island to my school newspaper.
See, the thing is, our school newspaper wasn't even like a club or anything. It was, if you were in the journalism class, you made the school paper.
That's kind of lame. Ours had,
Yeah.
like, a proper, like, newspaper committee and everything. They also made, like, a...
See, the thing our school was super serious about was the yearbook.
Oh,
Our yearbook
there was
committee
that, too.
was ridiculous.
And, the school newspaper people also made... And this is how you know that there was nothing genuinely interesting going on at my school, because people did shit like this. But, they also made a, like, unauthorized, like, gossip rag called The Weekly Bitch.
Jesus
I know you told me, I think you told me, yeah, you told me about this at one
Yeah,
point.
So
like,
are we talking Regina George level of burn book shit here? Or,
I don't know what that's a reference to.
Mean Girls.
Mean
Oh,
Girls.
it was
Yeah.
just, like, stupid stuff, like, about the teachers, and the only, like, just, it was really dumb. In fact, one of the teachers was in on it, which I think actually got them in trouble at one point.
Yeah, we had an authorized satirical fake newspaper.
Supposedly my school's yearbooks were, like, nationally renowned among yearbooks, which I think is bullshit. Maybe
Is that a thing?
Like, that concept is pretty funny.
I never even
the
got.
idea of having.
I didn't get any high school yearbooks, not a single year.
I got the one
Yeah,
for the
I
year I
didn't-
graduated.
I was gonna get a senior yearbook, but I said fuck it.
The yearbook.
I didn't buy my
and-
senior yearbook either.
I
the
also
yearbook
bought
and the yeah.
Also,
I bought a class ring, which I actually still wear
I
sometimes.
don't think I bought a class ring.
Just because I like how it looks. It's like a big, it's a silver ring with like a sapphire on it, and it
I
looks
was
really
desperate
nice.
to get out, really, so I wanted to forget.
I don't think I'm in any of the yearbooks because of the fact that I never graduated.
Okay.
But I am in on one of... Well, I was in them. It's just I was in them because I was in Quiz Bowl, and I took them to the state finals.
Huh.
So I'm in the shots of Quiz Bowl, which was basically a secret club. Because they didn't advertise, they recruited.
According to the government, neither of us exist.
Hey kid, you want to join the Quiz Bowl Club?
Pretty much. It's like, you know, are you like you'd have someone at like a teacher or a, you know, like the one teacher who organized it, or one or two, and the or one of the members would like ask somebody and be like, "Yo, join Quiz Bowl."
Join Quiz Bowl or we assassinate your family.
How many of you had middle schools that had yearbooks?
Yeah, I have a middle school yearbook from my last year.
Ours did, but I went to a fucking, like, bougie private Catholic middle school, and I fucking hated it.
But yeah, I have one for all 3 years of my middle school.
So we technically had a middle school and a junior high, which was to say that the middle school covered, or like it was called the middle school, it was really the upper elementary school, covered 5th and 6th grade, and the 7th and 8th grade were covered by the junior high.
Apparently, in Canada, a lot of people don't even have a middle school.
Huh.
You just,
It
like,
just
go right from
goes-
elementary to high?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, like there are situations like that. And then you have the weird thing with the Japanese model where like the last 3 years are considered high school and the rest is middle school and elementary school. It's like-
Did anybody else go to a high school with, like, really weird building design?
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
think most high schools have weird
Let me,
building
like,
designs.
look up a picture of my high school, and I'll toss it up on screen.
So my high school was built in, I want to say, 1920, sometime in the early 19th century, and so slowly
Well,
they've
20th
been
century,
grafting. Well, yeah, 20th century. They've been grafting onto the shit with modern, like a modern science building that they Frankenstein onto the cathedral original building.
That's pretty
and
nice.
Then there's and then there's a couple of auxiliary buildings on the other side of it.
That's a cute Google avatar. What is my Google avatar? I
Mine,
don't remember.
my high school was
Oh,
built,
it's Beatrice
in the
from Dark
last
Souls.
3 decades, I think. Or I think it was built in the 70s. Because an elementary school here used to be the high school. I know it was built at a point where I think my mom went from going to what was previously the high school to this high school after it was completed. So it's somewhat
Right.
modern. And the middle school and high school are in the same area,
I'm in your
complex
area.
sorta.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, our high school looked like a warehouse. I had it up on screen for a minute. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Our high school, okay, this is pretty weird. Was we had the high school was from the 50s, right?
Yeah.
They added a wing which was mostly science classrooms with labs and stuff, although there was some of that in oh wow, that's way far afield. But they added a new wing. They called it the new wing, but it's from the 70s.
So your new wing is from when my school was built.
Yeah, that's and the new wing also included the smaller of the two auditoriums, which had even worse like acoustics. That was also where they always held the Battle of the Bands.
What fucking state is this? Do you see that state outline?
Discover the coast. Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
if it's
Alabama, but backwards.
Wait.
Or no, it's Alabama. Okay.
That is Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, we're like down here, like Pensacola.
Oh, did any of you have schools that had, like, those, like...
Oh, wow, we're
prefab
pretty close,
modular classroom add-ons?
Yeah.
My school had a few of those.
Our elementary school had tons of those, and then eventually they just made, like, long after I had gone out of elementary school, they entirely transformed the entire area. So, like, they straight up, like, terraformed the whole area and expanded the school several times.
My favorite thing about my high school...
My school had a really shitty elevator that my wheelchair barely fit in. And it required a key.
We had that's the thing. I don't know why.
And it's a key. I had to give them a deposit for the key.
Oh.
Nice.
And then when I returned the key
for some reason they really hate...
Give me the money.
Like, in general, it seems like schools really hate the idea of students using the elevator, even if you have valid reason to do so.
Yeah.
There are people who would be willing to help me just so they could ride the elevator.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing. There was this kid in my class who used a wheelchair, and people would always be like, "Oh, I want to help Josh go upstairs," because it meant you got to like.
That didn't normally happen to me, but...
silly in retrospect,
like,
but anything to get out of class, I guess.
Yeah, like, I think that literally, like, the thing about where the elevator was that, like, it was, like, because it was right next to the stairs, and most, if people didn't need to use, they just, like, walk down the damn stairs, it's like nobody cared, I don't think. Like, and plus it was like, again, it was like a closet that you had to unlock to get down.
Yeah, well, the thing about ours was you had to, for one thing, our building had 3 floors, so it was actually, like, kind of made sense to have one, even if it was just people using it regularly. But, so, our high school and our middle school were in 2 different buildings, but the buildings were connected by a hallway. So... in order to use the elevator was in the middle school. So if you were in high school and you needed to use the elevator for some reason, you had to walk across to the middle school, to the other end of the middle school, and use it and then come back. So that's why people would always be trying to help this guy with his stuff.
Oh, as an excuse to...
Like, leave class for like a solid 15 minutes,
Yeah, like... That's long
often...
enough for a fucking smoke break.
Yeah.
Of course, with my stupid teenage brain, occasionally used it as an excuse to be alone with girls I had crushes on.
That's actually kind of cute.
Yeah,
like in a dorky way, but it's.
I was dorky and pathetic.
I mean,
also, our high school was built directly in front of a graveyard. Which would be...
Okay, my elementary school was next to a cemetery.
That's horrible. Which would be...
I went to 2 separate elementary schools because, at the one really close to my house, grades... It was a 2-story place with no elevator.
Nice.
And grades kindergarten 1 and 2 were downstairs. So I went there for that, and then I went to a 1-story. This was before I was fully wheelchair bound, but I couldn't really walk upstairs very well. And so I ended up going to a 1-floor elementary school for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades.
Yeah.
And then the middle school and high school had elevators.
Like,
the middle school elevator was way nicer. It was like an actual elevator.
yeah. Like, the thing is, like, my high school, like, there weren't that many, like, I think that generally speaking, if you, like, the one wing that didn't have, like the primary body of the high school, like, the elevator was right next to where the cafeteria was, so that was fairly central, it was fairly convenient. But, like, the only place that didn't really have elevator access but had a lot of stairs was the area around the gymnasium with the swimming pool. And generally speaking, if you are not... I guess the logic was that if you aren't capable of, you know, you're probably excused from gym for a lot of things. So...
Yeah, I just straight up did not take gym class.
Yeah.
In high school. Because in middle school, I mostly just watched.
Yeah.
Maybe I did a couple of... God, I can't remember a lot about high school.
Yeah,
I kind of forced it out of my brain.
I don't blame you. As far as my stuff goes, I think that I managed to get out of PE by taking health like as an actual class one semester, and then doing it as part of my like curriculum assistance class that I took another semester, and then that was the end of it. Like I didn't have to be bothered with actually taking any real PE classes after that.
I think my most embarrassing high school memory is helping to establish the Teenage Republican Club.
Oh, man.
Oh.
And, like, now well, it was funny, because, like, the teacher who was the advisor for it was like, wait, you? I could have sworn you were, like, a liberal. And now, looking back, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
This is embarrassing.
I'm extremely leftist now. So.
In much the same way, but I was part of the Young Christians Club for a very brief period of time.
Man.
Wasn't that everyone at your school, though?
No, in high school, which was a public school.
Oh, okay. That was the middle school.
Yeah, the middle school was Catholic. The reason I got out of that was actually just because, like, everybody else in the club was, like, a Baptist, and it was... kind of awkward.
You've probably heard this line before, but it was something that I used to say was, oh, I'm fiscally conservative, but socially liberal. But now all I can think of is that freaking tweet,
I hate poor people, but I wish weed was legal.
No,
that
it
one?
was
the bathrooms are for
I hate the bad
customers
things,
only.
but the things they cause, very good.
Oh.
Like, God, I can't remember what it was.
No, it was, I hate the causes, but the effects are very good, or something like that. I mostly know it because I see Millie make fun of it sometimes.
Yeah.
There was another tweet that went, like, I'm fiscally conservative but socially liberal. That was, like, a gender-neutral bathroom, but it said it was for customers only.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's a neoliberal. That's...
Well, neoliberalism...
More women guards!
What if, like, a neo-liberal? That's two separate words? Like, Neo from the Matrix.
It's one word.
No, but I'm saying that if it was...
She's making a joke.
But a neo-liberal...
Yeah.
So they're an elaborate trans metaphor.
Yes. And also they vote Democrat.
Okay. That makes a reasonable amount of sense. But yeah, like, neoliberalism is like one of those philosophies where it's kind of independent of social conservatism or liberalism. It's just kind of the worst kind of economic viewpoint possible.
We were playing putt-putt earlier in the stream.
Really, the way the really, watered down is description people have, or what they think neoliberals are, is just liberals that love capitalism.
I mean, that's a fair assessment of certain people with neoliberal views, but it's more extreme than that. Neoliberalism is a much more hardline form of capitalism than, say, the sort of capitalism associated with, say, social liberalism or even classical liberalism.
You know, every once in a great while I see somebody on Twitter who's, super proud of being neoliberal, and it just seems like such a boring philosophy to define yourself by. If I was that would be, at the near the bottom of my Twitter profile, not near the top.
Unlike me, who's just I'm a fucking communist.
Actually,
that doesn't say that in my profile, but where my location would be, it's just rose emoji, hammer sticker emoji over and over again.
Yeah, it's that's oh god, that's reminding me of the most recent crap shot with you have a disease.
Oh, did you watch the last feed dump?
Oh, I haven't yet. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the final one.
It's the final one.
And
Feed Dump was one of my favorite series of theirs.
They're gonna replace it with something, but they haven't talked about it yet. Also, where the hell is Quirpline?
I still haven't listened to Quirpline. I've been meaning to forever.
They haven't put up new episodes for a while, and I know they were gonna make a bunch and then start putting them out.
What?
Yeah.
But yeah, also they call the newest episode 420, even though it's actually episode 300 and something.
Yeah, it's
But since it's the last one, it's gonna be 420.
It's gotta be that for the memes.
It's really good, and they do some fucking around because it's the last episode.
I had something I was going to say, but now I've forgotten what it was.
Oh, what I was going to say quickly was...
Since we were talking about Lura, I wanted to ask if you've been watching Dice Friends.
What's Dice Friends?
Loading Ready Run is doing a new tabletop role-playing stream every week. Have you watched that at all, Sydney?
Hi, the Discord flipped out on me.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine now. But I was gonna say about neoliberalism. If you're gonna be a neoliberal, you might as well go all in and be a fucking ANCAP or something.
So you didn't hear at all what I said, Sydney?
Oh no, I did not.
I was asking if you watched any of Dice Friends yet.
I've watched a little of it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have many strong affirmative political beliefs. Just I'm
a fucking communist.
A list of things that I think are very incorrect.
I've talked about this before. It's a long story of how I got there, but I'm gradually realizing that
want to do European Union?
Yeah, we always seem to do better on the EU anyway.
Yeah, the EU is useful. But that, while I often frame it in very sort of soft, vaguely social democratic terms, my actual underlying pezzi di we're in Italy. That is that's some Italian swearing.
Was anybody paying attention to chat?
No one really has said anything for a while. I think we might have scared them off by talking about neoliberalism for 15 minutes.
5 people.
But I was I've kind of realized that while I couch it in fairly soft terms, when I, quote unquote would joke that I am an anarchist, I kind of am. I definitely am.
I think that...
To be honest, most of my friends are anarchists or communists.
I think that
and comms.
I think that the ideal political system is one in which the leader is selected by the largeness of their hat.
I'm sure there's...
no, then we'd be led by more Texans.
Well, no, there are people with bigger hats
There's
than Texans.
definitely people with bigger hats than Texans.
Good.
God,
I think that I don't really have much of a understanding of like what label I would use, but I'm a journalist, so technically I guess it's okay for me to not have a label anyway.
Yeah, yeah, it's like journalism is weird and complicated.
People hope that it's like objective when like you can't really make it objective and be accurate at the same time.
We would all be ruled by Doug Dimmadome.
Owner of the Dimmesdale Dimmadome.
One of the handful of good characters in the Fairly Odd Parents.
I used to really love that show.
I
Although it turns out the guy who makes it is kind of a prick, but...
I've never seen it.
I watched it a lot, but in retrospect, it was like... It's an uncomfortably cynical show. And so, yeah.
Would you say more or less so than the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
God.
Only
God.
Well, okay,
does that show still hold up? Because I absolutely adore Grim Adventures.
I haven't actually watched it, like, since it was on the air. My
feel like
hunch is no, but I'm not sure.
I feel like Grim Adventures is more cynical, but it's more upfront about it, so it feels less sour.
Oh, we're near Fogia.
Destroy us all.
Destroy us all. Destroy us all.
Well, I really hate that the most recent things I see of that is that fucking meme.
Clowns
Buenos
hate
dias.
Angelos.
Buenos dias, Mandy.
Well, that's from just some random comic somebody drew, right?
Yeah, I know.
Didn't the guy who made the show get really mad about that?
Yeah, like Foggia.
Yeah, we're in Foggia. Yay.
Italia.
5 stars. Also, there was a Talking Heads reference in that show once, which I definitely...
This is dreary as hell.
Definitely.
Be England.
Definitely.
Oh, there was an episode which was a fucking direct pastiche of God Emperor of Doom that I recognized.
Oh yeah, the worm Mandy thing.
Yeah, where she becomes a sandworm and she keeps cloning Billy. That's actually a direct rip of the plot of God Emperor of Doom, because he
one of
keeps
those things
Duncan Idaho,
where
and Duncan 100 versions of Duncan Idaho over 1,000 years.
Can we read what that truck says? Or...
I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm only half paying attention to the game.
Oh, what's on that sign?
What does that sign say?
Just look right at a sign, and now
we're near Carrickfergus.
Royal Ave. Okay, yeah, we're definitely in the UK.
We are way up in Scotland.
That's in Scotland.
Oh yeah, Carrickfergus.
And we're in the city center, Royal Avenue of a city that has an international airport.
Does that be Glasgow?
Where's Carrickfergus? I don't actually know. We might be in Glasgow. I don't know.
Does Glasgow have an international
Royal Avenue, that's me.
Yes.
We'll just pop us down in Glasgow then. Oh, we were over
in
Belfast.
It was Northern Ireland.
Fucking Belfast. I forgot that's, where Carrickfergus is.
That's okay.
Well, actually...
Fergus sounded Scottish to me.
Western Scotland... Western Scottish accents are extremely similar to Northern Irish accents.
Right back and use the bathroom quick.
Be...
You guys can look at this and see if you can discern anything from it.
Let's see.
Turkey kick Volmio.
Kolmio. Oh, this is definitely, this is Finland.
Yeah. Automalit.
Tomalit. Oton Varausat Automalit.
Yeah, the variety of languages and stuff is what makes the EU. I mean, we've talked about this before, but the reasons why
Yalas.
the EU is so much easier than doing America.
Yeah, like, I mean, there is the tiniest chance that it could be Estonia, but nah, the spelling conventions are distinctly Finnish.
It seems Finnish to me.
But where in Finland?
I don't know. It's not a very big country.
I mean, well, no, it's pretty big. It's just there's not a lot there. I mean, a lot of it is forest.
I guess compared to places like the U.S., every European country
Oh,
is
yeah,
very
like-
big,
Yeah, like
except for like Russia.
Yeah, and Russia, strictly speaking, is it's there's the whole thing that they call the CIS, which is the Confederation of Independent States.
Which is what the name of the separatists in the Star Wars prequels is named after.
Huh.
It's the CIS, the Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Yeah, and the CIS comprises like all the former Soviet bloc countries, and also like there are a lot of autonomous regions in the east of Russia that are really big.
Does the CIS relate to the God, what's it called? I'm completely blanking on what the thing is called.
The Comintern?
No, the Pact? The
Warsaw Pact.
The Warsaw Pact.
Well, I mean, the Warsaw Pact also included countries like Poland and so forth, which aren't in the CIS. The CIS was everything that used to be in the Soviet Union. Maybe including Ukraine? I can't remember, because Ukraine has had a weird relationship with Russia.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to put it lightly. Hey, Jane, where are you?
Behind you.
Oh. What? What? Because we're sitting on one screen, and I think Jane is doing something.
Yeah, she's coming back right now.
Oh, okay.
Went to the bathroom. Weren't you paying attention?
Oh, actually, I need to use the bathroom as well. So I will be back momentarily. But yeah. Be back in a second.
A random thing I remember about Ender's Game is that it had the second Warsaw Pact.
Also, fuck Orson Scott Card.
Yeah.
He's a jerk. He's a dirt jerk. Great movie, though. Haven't read the book.
I never watched it.
Apparently
Apparently
they're exactly the same, so you know, it's whatever.
What if humans are the real monsters?
What if human or monster? Question mark.
Yes.
But who was phone?
Hello.
Hi, Jane, you've returned.
Yes.
So we believe this is Finland.
Okay. Finland it is.
Also, Sredny had to go to the bathroom.
Warsaw Pact was all about Russian-controlled countries. Why are we talking about the Warsaw Pact?
Well, because Sredny brought up the CIS, and I don't know. Wait, were we wrong, or was
we were in Finland, but I accidentally put the marker in Sweden.
Oh.
So, you know.
Okay, where are we now?
Where are we now?
This seems UK-ish?
Actually, you know what I forgot?
Oh wait, flags. There are flags. I thought I
Soccer
saw
balls.
a flag.
Yeah, there's
So
flags.
it's somewhere that enjoys soccer, which is, you know, most of Europe.
Go that way.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Turn.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Are these like the flags of the constituent parts of the UK, and then this is the Union Jack here?
I think maybe we're in the UK. I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Dot
see what that
PL.
truck back there says.
It said .pl on it, so...
Oh, yeah, we're
Poland?
not... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think
Master Chief.
that's Polish.
That says Master Chef, I know, but... Nice rendition of the Halo theme, Trey.
Wait, that was Terminator. I don't...
Fabrica Eurodi.
I'm supposed to be the Halo fanboy. Yeah, I'm terrible.
I like Halo also.
My relationship with Halo is funny because
I get a Halo Loot Crate subscription.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I think that I tried to get into it a total of 3 times, and it was only the 3rd time when it actually like clicked with me why like it was something worth enjoying, because the first 2 times I guess like I went through this like not really fully processing the idea of what a first-person shooter was, but like after...
I'm super into Halo lore, is my thing.
Gotcha.
So it's because it still has a represent. Yeah. I know what I'm trying to say. A lot of people think of it as like the broy shooter.
Hey-ho.
Like Call of Duty and.
Hello.
But there's a lot of really in-depth lore to it. Hey, Stretch.
Yeah.
What with in-depth lore and Call of Duty?
The Halo franchise.
Oh, yeah.
I was saying that a lot of people, like, it still has a reputation as being a broy shooter, which is awkward for me being really into it. Because, Jesus Christ, Redney.
Redney, what are you doing?
Oh, I was opening a packet of crackers.
Wait, did we choose yet, or are we still in the Poland one?
Yeah, we're still in Poland, I think.
We're in Poland. Okay.
Pretty sure we are.
And Jane accidentally put the Finland marker into Sweden, but we all make mistakes.
Apologies to both of our Nordic
I'm not a perfect
person.
We got signs.
Yeah, this is definitely...
Yeah. Oh, Warsaw.
Warsaw.
And
Warsaw. Is that a different place than Warsaw?
No, it's...
no.
Warsaw is just like the westernized
in Polish?
Of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Warszawa.
We're near Lurds, or however you say that.
And Łódź.
Oh, well, we're in Gdansk, but that's okay. The former Danzig.
Yep.
But yeah, as far as that appeal thing with Halo went, after playing Destiny, I think that was what made me go, yeah, I like Halo 2.
Like, I'm not even necessarily into Halo gameplay. Though I am. I do actually like the games, but I'm more into the vast lore of the universe.
Mm-hmm. And Destiny has a bit of that appeal too, where a lot of my personal enjoyment of it, at least, comes from the idea of being a character in this universe that
they did drop the ball on a lot of the story stuff, though.
Yeah, it went through some like troubled development and stuff, which is why a lot of it is more erratic than Halo originally was.
Well, like, even Marathon has interesting lore.
Oh, Marathon has ridiculously deep lore.
Well, yeah, and so does Halo. That's
but
Bungie's thing, which is why the first Destiny was so weird to me.
Yeah, Marathon especially. Like, I have looked at some of this stuff talking just about the timelines for the Marathon games, and they're like, holy shit.
I like
have you ever tried to look in depth at Halo lore?
I mean, Halo lore,
a lot of shit there too.
The universe is very, very deep. I'm talking more like Marathon. It's deep for slightly different reasons, is what I mean.
Marathon stuff is also like actually in the plot of the game. If you only ever actually play the games for Halo, you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. They only really
Marathon stuff is in the games, but also it's terminals you have to read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which I think actually works in its favor.
And, well, in the later games in Halo, they started, like, referencing stuff in the books and stuff, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also, like...
Again, freaking Bungie had a book written to come out with the first Halo game. Like, they
go
into lore a lot, like...
The guys who produced Myst actually had, like, a whole series of reasonably well-written books.
Oh, yeah, I know
which
about that.
were explaining the backstory and the context. With some really interesting character writing and world building.
I like that.
I just, in general, love lore. Like, I think it's the same part of my brain or whatever that made me extraordinarily good at history class. Because basically it's taking in the history of fictional universes. And I absolutely love it.
Bye, Santi.
Why?
Huh?
Oh.
I had to go to bed.
Oh, who had to go to bed?
Alice.
Oh.
He was in the chat. They said bye.
Alice. Name.
Central Avenue.
Oh!
Princess Avenue on here, yeah. On Twitch.
Bye, Santi.
We do have a lot of Alices.
It's true.
Yes.
An abundance of Alices.
I thought you said Ellis.
So it's a very popular trans girl name, too.
It is.
Yeah.
I've only ever met one other trans Jane who was also on our server.
Never met a Win. Which, partially due to the fact it's mostly a surname, but...
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, before I met you, I didn't know that Win was, like, a name.
I picked it up from video games, for fuck's sake, so...
One of my ancestors was named Winfield.
That's pretty good.
My name came from Armored Core, so...
Huh. Winfield...
What is going on here?
This is actually really interesting. I can't remember whether he's like my great whatever grandfather or my great whatever uncle. But, Winfield Scott Hancock.
Oh, what's that?
You ever heard of him?
Fangio? Can we... I know the sky is weird, but can we get a closer look at that truck?
Fangio.
Or Fangio, maybe.
Yeah.
Just want to see if there's a website on it.
But yeah, like I
do not know what is going on with this guy.
But yeah, I found out that that one of my ancestors said General Hancock actually nearly became president.
Huh.
Yeah, like he ran against James Garfield.
Oh.
Yeah. He was one of the only Union generals who was liked by both Northerners and Southerners and wasn't a huge racist.
Huh.
And he ran on the Democratic ticket. He had previously been the military governor of New Orleans, which he wasn't keen on the job, but he won over the people there. And he was, like, very well respected as a war hero, and so they considered him unimpeachable in terms of character. So they went after and he had almost the same positions politically as Garfield on a lot of stuff. So they couldn't really go after him on most substantive issues. So they went after his position on, like, something involving tariffs in the Democratic Party platform at the time, which did not appeal to industrial Northern voters. So he only won New Jersey in the North, despite winning only, like, 0.1% less of the popular vote.
Huh. One of those.
Yeah, it was an extremely tight race. And then Garfield got shot and replaced with Chester Arthur.
Maybe it was better for him that he didn't win, then.
Yeah.
Have we gotten a hint as to where we are?
I don't know. My only, like...
Nordic.
I don't really have many ancestors who are still particularly famous, but
I don't have ancestors.
How does that work? You budded from a tree?
I don't know. I literally don't know.
Who sign? Sign.
Yes.
Storm Peters Platz.
I'm gonna say either, like, Germany or Sweden.
Okay, this looks Swedish.
Yeah. My only particularly notable ancestor is somebody many, many generations ago, named Baldwin the Black, who was, like, a count or something of Gelders, which is nowadays part of Belgium. And he's, like, the guy from whom my entire, like, family group is descended. And this is somebody who a lot of people are descended from, because this was now hundreds of years ago, but... Yeah. And most of the, like, more recent notable people are, like, industrialists, so not really anything exciting. I think this is back where we were before.
I guess maybe we're in Sweden.
I'm just gonna guess Sweden, yeah.
My two most notable relatives are indeed, as they called him, Hancock the Superb. Yes, they called him that. And, he apparently dressed very well and was very handsome. And also very smart. And also Josh Mallerman, who's like my second cousin, who is a rock musician who also wrote a really well-regarded horror novel.
Yeah.
A cousin of mine is, she ended up, I believe that she presented on Nick Jr. in the UK for a little while, and she was in a girl band that had a TV show on one of the Channel 4 stations for 2 seasons.
That's wild.
That's neat.
Yeah.
My only famous, like, more infamous, I guess, living relative is a guy named Victor Aumann, who, I think it's Victor.
Does this seem South American?
I don't know. I'm thinking almost maybe more Southeast Asia, but it could be South America. Who got in trouble for, what did he do? He was a pharmacist, and he, like, got in trouble for drug dealing, I think. It was on the news about a decade ago.
I mean, that is what pharmacists do.
Yeah, but, like, the bad kind of drug dealing.
As in, selling,
Sobrawi.
I have no idea.
Oh, wait a second. Show me the words again. Oh, Sobro. Take away. Don't Sobro. That's hard to read.
Yeah, it is. What fucking font is that?
One that's not legible at this distance, particularly.
Yeah.
But I think that we're either in Malaysia or Indonesia.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Because the K's at the end of words and stuff, and the particular set of vowels looks like Bahasa or Malaysian.
But yeah, it does seem kind of, in that, going by, like, the trees and whatnot.
Yeah. Actually, Indonesia is the most populous Muslim country in the world.
That's neat.
They're also,
the more you know.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. You're welcome.
Yeah. They're also, like, ground zero for a ton of brutal death metal.
Huh. What's this
Because,
all about?
of course, it's Southeast Asia.
Triple bonus.
Brutal death metal.
Triple bonus.
Not just a single bonus. Not just 2. Triple bonus.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain we're in, like, rural Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yep.
Okay, let's go with Indonesia.
Indonesia.
I can't tell if we're on, like, Java or Sunda or something, though. So
What
that's
if we
kind of a
were
problem.
in JavaScript? Well, we were in Indonesia, but we were down here in East Java.
In the southern part of East Java. Okay.
Yeah.
Near Bali. From Bali to Cali, north, far beneath the Coral Sea.
Where's that from?
Let's see. Orinoco Flow by Enya.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Good God. I'm going to be referencing it on a fucking song I'm writing for Battery Life because it's in an episode of Black Mirror and I couldn't stop thinking about it afterward for whatever reason.
Millie is a fan of Enya.
I associate Enya with my 5th grade teacher because she used to listen to it all the time. Listen to her work all the time on Pandora, which is interesting to think about because it wasn't like nearly as well known a service back then, but I think that might have been the first I heard of it.
That's unusual.
My grandma used to listen to a lot of Enya when she was still like Wiccan. Treadney.
When she was still like what?
I said Wiccan. Also, that's like really loud.
Oh, sorry. It was. It's really far away from the mic is the thing, and I'm surprised.
What is this place selling? Postobon.
Postobon.
Like
Postobon.
Some kind of ice cream thing, maybe. I don't know. This place looks kind of sinister. Is that just me?
Yeah, no, I feel it too. It's got a dark energy.
Oh, here we go. We've got big words.
We got Spanish.
Esta región se más. South America.
San Jose. Isn't that in Mexico?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
There's a lot of places called San Jose, unfortunately.
Because there are a lot of St. Joseph's.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
And Jose, and so various variants of Joseph, who Hugo got martyrified.
Martyrified.
Murderification.
Super
Did you know that the patron saint of there was a woman named who became Saint Eusebia, who was
and now you don't.
No, she was an Egyptian Christian who was supposedly had all her teeth removed.
Ugh.
And she became the patron saint of dentists. Because the Catholic Church has a really sick sense of humor.
That's kind of how that goes. Like, well, actually, did you know that Saint Joseph, as in like Jesus' father, stepfather,
Joseph
I guess,
of Arimathea.
Yeah, is the patron saint of real estate agents?
Huh?
You wanna know why I know that? Because my mom is like a very devout Catholic. Used to be much more devout, even. And at one point, she bought a bunch of They sell these things, these little like tiny figurines of Saint Joseph. The idea is you bury them in your yard, and it will help you sell your house.
That is
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like that's very that's kind of that has weird pagan overtones. I'm not gonna lie.
Saints are interesting because they have a lot of the same like roles to people as polytheistic gods do.
Oh, like 100%, and that's
So,
like a main beef that a lot of Protestant groups have with
Oh,
Catholicism.
Yeah, it's just that like that particular that doesn't seem like a mainline Catholic tradition.
I have known several people who did that.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
like-
just that I don't think that that's condoned by the main church.
No, well, and that's one of those things, like, there's, like, a discrepancy between Catholic dogma and Catholic tradition.
Yeah, true,
And that's
exactly.
definitely more of a traditional thing than a dogmatic,
Yeah.
than particularly,
and I-
specifically in line with the teachings of the church.
And
Who's
that's
the patron saint of Twitch streams?
There's probably a patron saint of, like, videos or film or something, and I guess that is who you would pray to if you were interested in...
or telecommunications.
Yeah.
Patron saint.
Actually, let me just look that up. Patron saint of telecommunications. I'm almost positive there is one. Saint Gabriel the Archangel. There you go.
So do you think
What?
that? So do you think that
Wait,
AT&T
Wait,
fucking
an
prays to
archangel can
Saint
be a
Gabriel?
saint?
Yes, in fact, all of them are. All the named ones are, I'm pretty sure.
So do we think that
Well,
fucking
Saint is
AT&T
just
just prays to
Holy.
Saint Gabriel every night?
It's not impossible. Also,
Oh, Holy Father, oh Saint Gabriel, patron of telecommunications, please, oh please let us, this Time Warner cable, well not Time Warner purchase go through, and let us own HBO.
hey, look at this sick
Amen.
wall art.
Whoa.
Look
That's
at this
pretty
sick
rad.
wall art. Yeah, but the thing about Gabriel is that he tends
Yeah,
to,
we're
like,
pretty-
if they can't find a patron saint for a specific thing, they tend to, like, kind of dump it on one of the archangels. It's a weird
Yeah, that
practice
makes
that I
sense.
don't fully understand.
Again, I think that, like, some of
Libro.
these... I think that, like, they're holdovers partly from the fact
Oh,
that, like,
huh.
Oh, wow.
that, like, a lot of...
yeah.
Partly from that, like, a lot of,
Columbia.
like, minor deities were rolled into saints at various points in
Oh, yeah.
the Christianization of Europe. But it's also because of, like, just, the nature of the role of angels is very odd in Christianity
We
in
went
general.
from putt-putt to politics to
Theology,
Religion.
yes.
Polytheism.
Are there saint body pillows? I hope not.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised
I
at all.
don't need that in my
No,
life.
I just want to say that my favorite saint, period, is Saint Lawrence, because... Okay, here's the story of Saint Lawrence, if you
actually,
don't know.
there are Jeanne d'Arc fate body pillows.
Huh.
And
I'm pretty sure that Joan of Arc isn't actually a saint.
I think she was canonized.
Was she? Maybe.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know.
way later, though. Like, Saint Lawrence was, like, I think a bishop who was in Rome, or like one of the delegated people who worked for the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
And he oversaw, alms and charity and things.
Yeah.
And the church was pretty broke at the time, but this was at a time when the Roman Empire in the West was getting super desperate. Like in the 400s, I think, and they decided to raid the Vatican in the vain hope that they would get money. They came in and they asked for the treasures of the church.
she was canonized in 1920.
There you go.
Yeah, like it was. But so what Saint Lawrence did when he was asked for the treasures of the church, he brought forward a bunch of like severely sick and disabled people, lepers, and all the people who were cared for by the church, and said, "These are the treasures of the church."
Do you think, like...
The Romans did not look kindly on this, and they had him grilled to death, and his response to that was to be completely stoic.
Flip me
and what he
over,
said-
I'm done on this side.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
that guy
one.
is fucking
yeah.
badass, and I love him.
That's
And,
one that,
but I
like,
mean,
everybody hears about in Sunday school.
But I
think.
mean, but the first half of that story is the one people don't hear about, and that's
Yeah.
my favorite part about it, is that he was a genuinely lovely human being.
Do you
who
think,
really
though,
cared about people.
that he was just, like, being a smartass? Like,
I mean, probably both, to be honest.
like here you go. And...
No, I think he was being like. I honestly think that he was like both, because he knew what the response would be.
Perhaps.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, this could be like literally anywhere on Earth.
Did they eat him afterwards?
No, they just grilled him.
Imagine they fed him to lions or some nonsense.
Lions don't care if their meat is cooked.
I mean,
but
actually,
the grilling
like,
was a punishment.
Wolves apparently prefer cooked meat.
How does that even happen? Cooked meat doesn't naturally occur in nature unless something like catches
I know,
on
but
fire.
it's lightning. But the thing is, that they've noted in like well, partly it's in zoos, but also in when people leave, cooked meat out and things. Wolves and other predatory animals actually quite like cooked meat. It's because it breaks down certain proteins that are more difficult to digest.
Also, going back to
tastier.
the Saints thing, do people
Mm-hmm.
who are not Catholic know that confirmation happens and like what it is?
I heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
Isn't it like... Isn't First Communion like a big deal, and is it related to that?
Okay, so there's, what is it, 7 steps to becoming a full member of the church? There's basically, the Catholic idea is...
Denial,
Oh, no.
What?
I was going through the steps of, acceptance.
The
Kubler-Ross model.
Okay. I didn't get that, sorry. No, but it's the Catholic idea is that you have several steps on the road from becoming merely a person who is Catholic to being a full-fledged member of the Catholic Church, disciple of Christ, or whatever term they use, I don't remember. The first one is baptism, which most Catholics have done when they're younger, although, contrary to popular belief, you can be baptized as an adult, and many people are.
I mean, I knew that.
A lot of people don't. I don't know where that conception comes from.
My mom's Catholic friends constantly tried to baptize her.
Now that, you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do it willingly.
I mean, they were kids.
Okay.
Like they were 8 at the time.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like as adults.
Oh, no.
Isn't it just a Catholic bar mitzvah? Yeah, confirmation is sort of like vaguely similar to a bar mitzvah. So baptism...
And I emerged from the pool of root beer, born again as a saint.
So baptism is the first step. Your first communion is the second. First confession, I think it comes first. First communion comes after that, and then confirmation comes after that. And they also consider, marriage, I think, to be part of it as well, but that's like kind of a separate thing, it's weird. But yeah, confirmation is kind of like sort of the vague Catholic equivalent of a bar mitzvah. They have the Archbishop of the diocese that your church is in come in, and he'll ask you questions. How many questions he asks you and what those questions are varies from diocese to diocese. There is no standard practice. In fact, my bishop who confirmed me did not actually ask us anything. He was just kind of casual about it. This is done as a group. It's not one-on-one. It's they have people separated into confirmation classes, basically, based on when you had your first Holy Communion. And you need to do some other stuff as well. But the main thing is having First Holy Communion done. And
if I'm not mistaken, the official way that you become a Muslim, other than simply, doing, the basic sort of pillars of faith, is to just straight up say God is God and Muhammad is his prophet.
Yes, but you have to say it in Arabic, or else it doesn't count.
Yeah,
I think.
and it's like, well, I mean,
I
yeah,
think
like
that's how that
traditionally,
works.
yeah, but it's like it's about the meaning and the feeling behind it, and understanding the implications of
Which
it.
reminds me that I saw a really great Muslim meme once where a lady, I don't know what the verb is, but made Muslim her Google Voice thing. It's pretty great. Going back to confirmation. So, and what the bishop does then is, he puts a cross on your head with palm oil, and you have to say some stuff. And before the ceremony, you are supposed to pick a new name, which nobody but that bishop in that exact moment will ever call you.
And that's the true name that if someone finds out, they can do spells on you.
I wouldn't be shocked if somebody believes that.
Ultimate weakness.
Yeah.
True name.
Mine was Philippe, which again, nobody has ever called me since. You have to guess how it's spelled, though. But yeah, you're supposed to like take the name of a saint. My younger brother picked Severus, which is pretty good.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Was it because of Harry Potter?
It was because of Harry Potter. Matthew's a big Harry Potter fan.
I mean, there's also a Severus Septimus, who was one of the handful of black emperors of Rome.
Cool.
Okay, well, but do you think James' brother knew that?
Yeah, it was definitely Harry Potter in his case.
I mean, he might. I mean, I know that you're like a history buff, so it's entirely possible that he.
No, he. I mean, he like tolerates history as a class, but it's not really his thing. And then my oldest younger brother was going to be confirmed under the name Lucian, but he ended up not being confirmed, because that's a whole thing.
These are the most Roman names I have ever heard.
A lot of people pick something like weird or exotic like that. I picked Philippe, which is comparatively very normal. A person in my class picked Skylar. There was somebody else who was like Tobias or something. There was a bunch of odd ones in my confirmation group. We also had one adult with us.
You know, it'd be a really good one.
What?
Oswidge.
Is there a Saint Oswidge?
Yeah, there's a saint named Oswidge. I didn't know there was a saint named Skylar.
I didn't either until that happened.
I'll have to look that up.
Although, to be honest, I've never met a bishop who, like... Well, I've never met very many bishops, but I've never heard of a bishop who, like, vets the names, so it's possible that the person who picked that was kind of just winging it. Yeah. But, like I said, they don't really check. Although, apparently the bishop that did Matthew's confirmation was kind of like a bit of a hard ass compared to the one that I had, but I don't know. He seemed fine during the actual ceremony. Which it's like adjoined to a mass. Like, you have regular mass, and then the confirmation thing is at the end of that. And it's, some people get presents, or you, like, go out to dinner, or something. It's a big to-do. And, yeah. That's confirmation.
This is the worst kind of GeoGuessr map.
Yeah, like, we've been clicking on this road for, like, 10 minutes. I don't know. It's Australia, so says I. Oh.
Yeah.
It was Australia.
It's usually Australia.
But, and that's confirmation, as relayed to you by me.
Yeah, like, what interesting what interesting religious things do I have to relate?
Actually,
well, I mean,
I have one more thing, which is that the person who baptized me is a fellow named Joseph Kurtz, and he is now the Archbishop of Kentucky. He is also the leader of the anti-LGBT faction in the American Catholic Church. So kind of fuck him too.
Hardliner motherfucker.
No, not that guy. That was a different guy. Shredney?
Yeah. I'm here.
You still there? Okay.
Hello?
You didn't say anything, so I didn't know if I'd cut out or if you would cut out.
Kurtz you were saying was the super anti-LGBT guy?
He is now. I don't think he was really like that when he lived out here. I don't know what happened.
Because I remember hearing about him being super hardline.
Yeah, that's.
I recognized his name.
Yeah, that's the guy. He wrote that letter about trans people that came out last year, which I was torn up about for a while because, again, that's the guy that baptized me, and now he categorically hates me for reasons that are nonsense.
Now return the favor by drowning him.
No. Come on now. You can't. I mean, the other thing is that he's 80 now, so he's probably gonna die soon anyway, just statistically.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God, what was I gonna say? I was gonna.
Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
Oh, what? Well.
Where are we?
I don't know.
I've attended, I guess that I've been involved in more Jewish religious things than I have Christian religious things, honestly. So.
I think I went to church once when I was really young.
Honestly, it's not anything.
My family's agnostic as fuck, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I, again, raised Catholic, went to church every Sunday for how many years. I never found it very comforting, I guess. Because my mom, loves going to church, and I know people. The stereotype is that that's all old people, but I know people of all ages who actually enjoy going to church, and they find it gives them a sense of inner peace or whatever. But I always found it kind of stifling, and I think part of that is just because you are expected to stand still for an hour, and do all the various things. You stand, sit, sing, and say various prayers, and I did not like being still as a child, and I would always fidget, and I'd always get yelled at for it. So I think that more than anything having to do with my deeper identity or whatever kind of soured me on church, because I mostly associate it with being yelled at by my teachers in middle school.
Yeah, they're in Philadelphia, and actually not too far around here, there are actually a number of very progressive churches.
Okay, what language is that?
I have no idea. It looks like
Let me see. Sorry.
Maybe?
I'll look.
Give Shredney a minute to look at it.
Looks like Tom.
All right.
Maybe.
Where is it? Show me that. That looks like Thai.
Okay, so we're in Thailand.
It's I could tell it wasn't Arabic.
Yeah, because that is derived from the Sanskrit, but it is shaped. That is Thai.
Yeah, we were in Thailand.
Okay.
We were near the border of what country is this over here? Myanmar.
Burma. Well, people who actually live outside of there avoiding the military dictatorship call it Burma, so I call it Burma.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it's
the
always...
military dictatorship is not they're half in charge, half not at the moment, and also committing fucking genocides, but I'm not going to get into that.
I do want to point out that this is still the same stream that we played Putt-Putt on. By the way, if you are a young child and you are watching the VOD because you saw that Putt-Putt was at the start of the... First of all,
do you think
I'm
modern
sorry.
young children give a fuck about Putt-Putt?
Occasionally,
I'm sure there are a few.
Something like that will happen. My youngest brother was not Putt Putt, but he was into what was the other one? Like one of those other. It wasn't by Humongous. It was one of the other like kids adventure games for a little while because I had it.
Jumpstart, Reader Rabbit.
It might have been Reader Rabbit. I don't remember.
Math Blasters.
Oh, okay. I looked it up, and it turns out that Skylar is just an alternate spelling of the Dutch Skylar, which means scholar, which comes from Saint Scholastica and a few other people.
Saint Scholastica,
who was apparently the sister of Saint Benedict.
Oh, is that the patron saint of book fairs?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
God, remember book fairs?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and also
they were pretty good.
Hey, that bus is gay.
We're in between Harstad and Narvik, which I think means we're in Norway.
Good. Norway is.
But yeah.
Fun to say.
Going back to
Scandinavia.
Going back to the idea of getting books, I found the Hitchhiker's Guide series for $4.50 today at the library because they have like a used bookstore, and all 5 of them were there in paperback, so I bought them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I read the first one like back in high school, but I never got the chance to read the rest of the series, and then I got the audiobook of the first one from Google. And it's narrated.
What?
It's narrated by Stephen Fry, and it's great. Anyway, you were saying?
I was just saying, I read the first 2 when I was younger. The Restaurant at the Edge of the Universe is a very strange book.
What have I read recently? I read, I'm surprised I didn't bring this up yesterday. I read, The Violence Action, which is a manga, last week. It's pretty good, if you like stories about cute girls shooting things. Which is like an entire subgenre now, I think.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm just remembering all those B-Train shows that everyone refers to as the B-Train Girls with Guns shows.
Like
the two...
Cats or something?
Madlax and Noir are the 2 that remembers, or half remembers.
Madlax is the one that people, like, accused of being a ripoff of Elaine, right? Or was that Ergo Proxy? No, that was Ergo Proxy.
Ergo Proxy is not a Girls with Guns show. That's like...
Kanon is a... How do you pronounce that? Kanon.
Kanon.
Yeah, the Jewish Holy Land.
Oh, Kanan.
That's the name of an anime.
Oh, yeah, that's also the... Yeah, there's Kanan,
that's
and there's Kanon, which is the harem show.
That's actually a Type Moon thing.
Huh.
Not a lot.
Neither of which is to be confused with K-On!
It's a Type Moon thing, but it's not in the Nasu-verse. So it doesn't exist in the same universe as K&K, Tsukihime, and Fate. It's a separate thing.
And,
but it's really good, also.
Wait, what's the other thing that's Nasu? The one that CC likes, the visual novel.
There's Carnival Phantasm, which is just crossing over everything.
Well, it doesn't have very much Tsukihime.
Oh,
no, it doesn't have very much... It doesn't have Shiki, like, at all. And I hate that. Ryogi Shiki.
What?
One from K&K.
What is the thing that has Beatrice in it? The lady with orange hair.
That is Umineko no Nako Koroni, which is
not Nasu.
That's unrelated.
What is
When They Cry?
That's related to Higurashi.
Okay. Different universe of
it's,
visual novel things.
I think his handle is Rikishio7.
I don't know. I mostly know those because CC likes them. I've never...
Higurashi and Umineko.
And also Okami Kakushi, which nobody
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
That one is very similar to Higurashi, apparently, and not in a bad way.
I like Higurashi, so...
I really enjoy Higurashi. I still need to finish the second season. I was really digging it, but I stopped it for I'm going to take a little break, and then the little break turned into 6 months.
I did that with the second season of Birdie the Mighty.
Did you reach the whole reveal of the
universe
jumping and stuff?
Oh, yeah,
Timeline jumping,
and with the little flying girl, who is adorable.
Is that the demon?
The demon who is not quite a demon?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because that's all revealed at the end of the first season, right?
Well, yeah, the beginning of the second, really, but the end of the first.
We were in Norway, but we were on the other end of Norway. Oh well.
Honestly, none of this makes any goddamn sense if you haven't seen Higurashi, so even though it's massive spoilers, it's,
I'm going to... Yeah. We are going to end the stream shortly.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
Because it's after midnight, and I would like to, go back to my room and lay down.
Alright.
I was gonna get some food at 11, but it didn't happen. Because I hung out with y'all for a bit, but it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys for coming out.
See ya.
Yeah.
Even though there's...
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Good night, folks.
All